Hello everyone, in today's video we'll be going over the recently retired Hack the Box challenge called Jailbreak, which is about the XML inject or XXE injection. So application looks really cool. I already spawned the instance and we have some characters here. We can see it looks pretty much like a video game. We have some inventory, there are weapons, we can have some data, map, etc. All nice and cool features. But what really caught my eye at the first glance is a ability to update the firmware in the XML format. Whenever I see XML format, I used to think about the XXE injection, and the XXE injection is actually going to allow us to obtain files, arbitrary files from the file system or the web server. So in this case, if we first before we start interacting with the application, I already launched the burp, and then we can add this to the scope so we don't have to proxy unnecessary traffic. So here it is, proxy, and then let's turn the Foxy proxy on as well, and then let's try to initiate this firmware update. We see the post request is being made to the API update endpoint. We send it to repeater to a sanity check. We see the firmware version 1.33.7 has been initiated. So we see application content type is actually indeed application XML, and which is a good sign for our XXE injection. Also, when I was doing this initially, I also saw this update URL field, which made me thinking about the server-side request forgery, but for this one solution is about the XXE injection. So I already have the payload written out, so you guys don't have to watch me. I'll type it all out. So let's go ahead. So here initially we are creating just doc type foo with the entity XXE, which is actually calling a system command to fetch etc password file, arbitrary file from the file system of this web server. Now we also have to reference this XXE in the XML. So here we can go ahead and use endsign and XXE. So if the endsign is being blocked for security reasons, I saw some challenges like that, we can use %sign, but in this case endsign will do just fine. And we see that etc password is being retrieved alongside the version. So this is actually, we are just appending to this version 1.337 our payload here. Now, in order to solve the challenge, we can simply change etc password to be a flag.txt. As we know with the Hack the Box challenges, even though this challenge is a black box, we know that flag is always called flag.txt when it comes to web challenges. And here it is, Hack the Box flag. So this is initially same thing as it would be like when we go to our browser on our local machine and interact with the file system. So let's go ahead and try to create a test file. So echo test, and let's put it out to the test.txt. And now if you go to our browser and navigate to the file tmp, this is, you can see that we are able to access a browser. So this is the same thing initially what we are doing here. In addition to this one, if we send this request to repeater, for those who have a premium version or the Burp Suite Professional, we can go ahead and do the active scan on this endpoint, and we can also add this to the scan for select insertion point. We can add it to the active scans, and I think the burp, when I was doing this challenge, before I solved it, burp also was able to found the XXE injection. This way we can also try to, besides the, while we are waiting for burp scan to be done, just to showcase that as well, we can also try to reach for data exfiltration. So XXE doesn't have to be only to see the files that exist on the file system of the web server. We can also try to exfiltrate those. And just a quick demo for that one. So we can see target is blanking, so we can see that the burp was able to find the XML and the XML injection, or XXE injection, however you want to refer to it. And then we can see it's pretty much the same payload that we used, just a little bit modified. We can also try to reach the collaborator. So let's go ahead and copy the clipboard for data, just to showcase real quick for. So we're also going to use a system command, but this time instead of fetching the local files, we can go ahead and try to reach the collaborator. see if it's going to work. We see some timeout, which is always a good sign. We see it initiated, but I don't see any interaction with any kind of request, DNS lookups or HTTP requests being made to the collaborator. But yeah, that's fine. And this was enough to solve the challenge to fetch the files from the file system of the remote server. So, and also for those who have premium Burp Suite Professional Edition, it's also able to, if you don't see it at first glance, it's able to find it using the active scan, and also to scan this XML format for the specific insertion point and just add it to the active scan. So I hope you liked it, and thank you for watching.